Stop saying you're stuck when, in reality, you're standing in front of a door you're afraid to try. You've been calling this a season of confusion, a dry place, a dead end. But what if it's actually a disguised transition? What if the place you keep labeling as a wall is, in heaven's eyes, a hinge? You've been waking up to the same feelings, the same questions, the same routines that no longer satisfy you. You've said things like, I feel numb, I feel blocked, or I feel like I'm going in circles. You look at your life and think, is this it? Is this all it's ever going to be? You're not ungrateful, you're just quietly scared. This is where your story levels off. I see you. I see you scrolling past opportunities and saying, that's not for me. I see you shutting down ideas before you even let yourself imagine them fully. I saw you recently when you thought, I guess I should just accept this is my lane. Even as something inside you whispered, there's more. You've mistaken holy restlessness for failure. Type amen if you've been calling yourself stuck lately. There's a man in the Bible named Jacob. His whole life was marked by struggle, striving, grasping, hustling for blessing. He tricked his brother, deceived his father, ran for his life, worked years for what kept getting changed on him. His name literally meant supplanter, heel grabber, one who's always trying to get ahead by his own strength. At one point, it looked like his whole story was just one long cycle of manipulation and survival. One night, Jacob is alone. No noise, no distractions, just him, his fear, and his thoughts. He's about to meet Esau, the brother he wronged, and he's terrified of what's coming. This is his stuck moment, where past and future collide, and out of nowhere, a man appears and wrestles with him until daybreak. Jacob has no idea at first that he's wrestling with God. All he knows is this: I can't stay who I've been. I can't go back. Something has to change. They wrestle all night. No quick breakthrough, no instant relief, just struggle. And as dawn approaches, the man touches Jacob's hip and dislocates it. Jacob is now permanently limping, weak in a way he can't hide. But he clings and says, I will not let you go unless you bless me. Then comes the question that opens the hidden door. What is your name? Not because God didn't know it, but because Jacob needed to say it. I am Jacob. I am the struggler, the manipulator, the one who's been surviving by my own strength. But here's what you didn't know. God doesn't respond with shame. He responds with identity. Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel. For you have struggled with God and with humans and have prevailed. Jacob's limp became his landmark. The place he thought was a dead end became the doorway to a new identity. He walked away weaker in his own strength, but stronger in who he truly was. This is where most people miss it. They think wrestle equals rejection, that if it's this hard, something's wrong with them. But sometimes the wrestling is the proof that you're close to the shift, not far from it. Jacob didn't get renamed while he was running or manipulating. He got renamed when he finally stopped running and wrestled it out in God's presence. Comment 777 if you're ready to let your wrestle become your doorway. So let me ask you, what are you wrestling with right now? Identity? Purpose? Guilt? Direction? What if this isn't you being stuck, but you being renamed? What if the thing that makes you limp, your weakness, your past, your story, isn't your disqualification, but the mark that you met God at a hidden door? Within the next 30 days, you're going to face a decision that doesn't look dramatic on the outside, but will be defining on the inside. It might be choosing to be honest in a conversation you usually avoid. It might be applying for something you'd normally talk yourself out of. It might be deciding to stop performing and show up as the real you. That is your what is your name moment. Not about information, about identity. Here's your action. In the next 72 hours, write down 2 names you've been secretly living under. Not your actual name, your internal labels. Things like disappointment, too late, inconsistent, always second. Then underneath, write what you know heaven calls you. Chosen, loved, capable, in process, not disqualified. Speak it out loud. I am not old label, I am new identity. You're not playing pretend, you're agreeing with what God has been saying while you've been calling yourself stuck. Type Amen if you're ready to stop living under names God never gave you. Jacob walked away from that night with a limp, but also with a new name, Israel. He still had to face Esau. He still had responsibilities. The circumstances didn't instantly vanish, but he was different, and that changed how he moved through everything else. The limp slowed him down, but it didn't stop him. It became a constant reminder. I met God. I am not who I used to be. You keep waiting to feel different before you move differently. But often it works the other way. You choose to move as who God says you are, and your feelings catch up. Israel still looked like Jacob to people who hadn't seen his wrestle. They might still have seen him through old stories. People in your life might do the same. They'll remember your Jacob seasons and try to call you by old names. You don't have to argue. You just have to walk in who you now are, even if you limp. Over the next 30 days, pay attention to moments when you say, "That's just who I am," especially when it's negative. Stop mid-sentence and ask, "Did God say that?" Or "Did my history say that?" If it's not something God would speak over you, it doesn't get to be your name. You can acknowledge your patterns without bowing to them. You are not stuck. You are in a sacred in-between. No longer who you were, not yet fully comfortable being who you are becoming. That doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're mid-renaming. Jacob wrestled in the dark, but walked away at dawn. This season feels dark and confusing, but dawn is closer than you think. And when it breaks, you'll realize, I wasn't standing at a wall. I was standing at a hidden door the whole time. Your limp will remind you that you don't walk in your own strength. Your new name will remind you that you're not defined by your old story. And your next steps, however small, however shaky, will prove that you were never truly stuck. You were just being shifted. You don't need the whole map. You need to answer one question honestly. What name have I been living under, and what name is God speaking now? Once you answer that, the hidden door starts to swing. You're not stuck. You're standing at a threshold. Take the next step.